So do you multitask? How many people multitask in here? How many people would have difficulty stopping multitasking? I'm going to be giving you some reasons why we multitask, some research about how it is not good for us and not good for the brain, and some ideas for letting go of that addiction. Some of us eat lunch with the TV on. We have our laptop open to 4 different Facebook pages. We're talking on the phone. Others of us, like me, have to talk on the phone while doing dishes, maybe with an earbud, you know, wiping the floor at the same time with my foot, watching a live stream teleconference, maybe my Sunday church service, but doing an email at the same time. But hopefully, in the rest of the meeting, I'm sure we'll shed light on not talking while driving without an earbud, or even talking while driving at all. And definitely not tasking. So what is multitasking actually? Because we're all doing several things at once right now. You're watching me and you're listening to me and you're evaluating my speech at the same time. It's basically switching back and forth in the brain from one task to another, performing a number of tasks in quick succession. And why do we do it? Because we think we don't have the time to get everything done. We enjoy it, and some people think they're very much more capable than others because of it. But research shows that people who multitask are not being more productive. They just think they are. So what's going on in our brains when we multitask? Multitasking actually splits the brain. There are parts of the brain that are called spotlights. So all your brain is doing is frantically trying to switch between activities. It jumps back and forth, and you can't focus on one completely. The goal of meditation, which is one of my antidotes, is to only focus on your breathing and get as still as possible. Okay, so here's goal B, and here's goal C, and here's the switcher in your brain, and it's jumping back and forth between them. And it's not good exercise. Researchers at Stanford conducted a study with several thousand people, hooking up the brain while they did many tasks. And they were shocked with the results that multitasking actually reduced their productivity by 40%. Yeah. Oh. So it's dangerous when driving. It slows our reaction time by 35%. Wow. That's the equivalent of 4 alcoholic drinks for a man and 3 for a woman because of our body mass. And obviously the consequences can be deadly. I remember the Glee episode, I report to being a Glee fan, where the cliffhanger was this teenager is talking to a friend on the way to a wedding and crossing a railroad track at the same time, and you hear the car crash. She comes back the next episode, spinal cord injury, head down. So one good thing about multitasking is that music and working on a paper or doing something at the same time is not a good thing. It isn't okay, depending on the music. We have a special part of the brain for music so that we can listen to each other while music is playing. So how can we break our habit of multitasking? I say start with mindful eating. How many of you eat and do something else at the same time? Nobody said no. Okay, it's watching television, it's reading the mail, which might be the Toastmasters newsletter, and I have some old ones from 1999, some old speakeasies here, in case you want to do that. Those habits take the focus off the food and actually can cause you to eat more than you need to. It's related to the obesity epidemic. So mindful eating would be taking 15 minutes to just breathe and notice the food and thank the beings and the plants that contributed that food to you and swallowing and savoring the taste. That would be a start. Start with eating, maybe even just one day a week. Develop a single tasking workflow. Do one thing at a time. Remove any distractions while you're working. I'm a writer, and in order to really produce well, like Stephen King does, 2,500 words a day, good words, that's about 8 to 10 pages. He doesn't get up till he's finished, and he turns off all the electronic equipment, puts the email away, puts the phone where he can't hear it, and that's what I do. And I also have to work on one project at a time, and I learned that in December when I finished 50,000 words on a novel I've been working on, a nonfiction piece I've been doing for years. Changing locations at least once a day where you work, laptops help with that, can be very good. And keeping your laptop open to only one browser when you're looking or doing something, limiting yourself to one, that can help. Using an evening planning routine to kind of think about what needs to be done, not what you want to get done. Because some of us have work addiction and there's way too much stuff on the to-do list. So it works best when somebody listens. Maybe you need to find a get over multitasking buddy or join an MTA, 12 Multitasking Anonymous group. And so keep your mind less cluttered by developing an external memory or a to-do list. And this is my not to-do list, just to end on a high note. Get paper and pencil, think about things to do, start writing your to-do list. But then watch the list get really big and get overwhelmed, panic, have some anxiety. Work on your list again, add increasingly impossible things to the list. Think about the things you've wanted to do in your life but never have. Work on it again. And then realize your life is a waste and achieving the simplest goal is beyond you. Be filled with shame, freak out, spend so much time on your to-do list you run out of time to do anything. Give up. Well, instead of that, I suggest going outside. It's a beautiful day. Life is short. Sit in nature. Thank you.